You are now tuned in to the beatconn podcast.
And I think we were talking about this on the Messenger page, but there was a guy that was selling beats online.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it was 20 beats for $18.99. And I know we said slow. I'm just mad he used odd even pricing. So, it was already cheap ass.
But that was desperate. That's desperate, man.
That thirst is real.
It shouldn't be like that.
I'm trying to think what's the scenario of a person who wants to sell 20 beats for $18. I mean, do your thing, but I feel like you kind of sacrificing time and your effort. But I'm thinking either somebody sit on a stock load of beats, which is kind of still irrelevant as an excuse,
right?
Or you just starting out and don't know the market as far as selling beats. So it's just like it's insane, man. That's almost $1 per beat.
Or it's hey,
that's $1 per beat.
Hey, the way things are now, man. Hey, the way things are now, man. For all we know, it's a scam. If you don't do enough homework, you could be getting somebody else beat for $1, man.
That's what I'm saying. And
you know what I'm saying? Compute on the internet. Come on, man.
But I mean, anybody, unless you like one of those people who rips or you know, from YouTube and stuff like that. Right. You're gonna go for that, you know, stuff. But the thing is, like, this is the reason why the market value goes down. You know,
exactly.
It's like there's no competition. Everybody's like, there's no value in it. There's no value in it. So it's just like, why even bother doing something like that? Of course, you got beats you want to get rid of, but there's like free things or free platforms. Hell, you can just put it on a platform for a few dollars. It's going to sell.
Right.
If it's good, you know what I'm saying? If it's good enough.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. All right. So what about you're a producer? You're starting out, and you're like, if I do this, I put this out here, I can at least get some exposure because at least people start using. And I'm not saying. And what I mean by that is this. You gotta remember now, we live in 2019.
It's true.
Everything is social media based, and I hate to say it like this, but everything from politics all the way to music is influenced right now by pretty much a handful of people who are really good at social media and got their fame through social media. So that's just, so social currency now, especially through the means of social media, that's a way for people to get on. Yeah. And I'm not saying I agree with it, but playing devil's advocate, a lot of these producers who might not put in their time, or like how Russ said it, because I was at an interview a couple days ago with Russ and Joe Budden. But some little 13-year-old white kid is sitting in that crib working on FL Studio making beats, and is like, what can I do to get my buzz up and to get people to buy beats? Oh, I'll sell them cheap.
Trying to undercut the market.
Whereas you, like I said, you've been putting in work. I've been putting in work. A whole bunch of producers putting in work and time over the years to try to build up their value to get just a little bit of recognition, or at least a little bit of awareness from the producers or the hip hop community as a whole. People who are looking for music. Where you got these young kids coming in here. They're just trying to get their buzz up so they can get their IG likes up, so they can get people to start following them. So they go up here and they post like, hey, 20 beats. $18.99. They're posting that little picture, and they got that little beat playing in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's literally just like words in a beat playing. No name and no nothing. I don't even remember whose name it was.
Sauce. I got the sauce. You know what I mean? And you just got the picture. You know, you just got the picture of Lil Pump on like this, and then the beat playing, and that's it. But the thing is, people gravitate towards that thing nowadays.
And it is a push for content. Like we're talking about online and social media, it's a push for content. You want to have stuff for people to gravitate towards, to make a name for themselves. You want something that people can come look at.
Make sure you click the link in the bio.
But at the same time, you might have one jewel out of those 20.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of devalues everybody else's one. So
you're saying getting those likes will translate to sales?
No, not necessarily sales, but attention, exposure.
I'm just asking because it's I get the whole social media currency thing, whatever. You got to do that now, but I just feel like you're just gonna all right, whoever gets it, because I mean, people, it's just like, okay, so if you go, you know, you're getting out of the Neiman Marcus store versus Target,
right?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you can't fault. But the thing is, though, you can at the same time, and I gotta be the devil's advocate here.
I got you.
And I mean, that's what I'm trying to do too, man. I know your stance on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to argue the facts, man.
We can debate it.
We can debate it.
We can debate about
Let's
it.
debate it.
It's just like, okay, so to me, is a whole value scheme to it. I mean, whole value thing to it. It's just like 20 beats for $18. That's just not gonna fly. I mean, Airbit's $19.99. BeatStars $19.99. So you got to tell me you selling 20 beats just to pay that monthly?
But that's the bootleg. That's the bootleg version of the game.
What I'm saying, this person,
you gotta look at it like that. You go every market, man. You're gonna have bootleggers. You're gonna have people that's trying to copy. That's going, Cheerios and O's. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's just when it comes to beats.
I got it. Okay, so yeah. I just when I guess when it comes to beats, it's just that's one thing. But like, we couldn't use that same lens putting this beat battle together.
No, we can't.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing I'm trying to come up.
Very J.
Yeah, it would never happen.
I give you 50 producers to make a beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sort of like that. But
that
it's just like the whole value at some point it's got to translate. I feel like if there was no value to it, let's say we did a beat battle for free. I don't think we got the same looks we got.
No, I doubt it.
You see what I'm saying?
I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it, man.
Or you got a bunch of people who just not serious gonna be in there just doing some random stuff.
Well, it's just like, and I'm glad you said that about the value. That's something my wife talks to me all about, especially when it comes to the because she does planning, event planning, when it comes to wedding planning. Because you have so many people who will come up here that may have not taken out time or energy, but because it's like with making beats, it's an easy entry into becoming a producer, or a beat maker. It's easy entry into this field.
Yeah.
So anybody who has a computer or any type of equipment nowadays, you have a computer and some software, and all of a sudden you can call yourself a music producer.
Right.
So as opposed to 20 years ago when you had to have actual hardware and you had to have all this equipment and stuff.
Invest in it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Yeah.
So because of that, you develop that, and that's in the same way like she was telling me with wedding planning. All you gotta do is just be somebody that just playing, either you playing your own wedding or you playing your other wedding. And let it be someone that maybe is a little popular in their community and knows a few people. All of a sudden,
they're professionals.
Yeah.
You see a lot of that. You see a lot of that. Somebody who's just popular all around, then they decide to do something, then you got that quick following.
Yeah, and that's really, and I think that's how a lot of people look at it as far as with the 20 beats, because they already got a following. People already kind of follow this person or like this person, and that's going to give them, they might get a little bit of exposure. They might make a few more contacts because people might feel like they're connected with this person, or they get a beat from them. It might, might help them out. And like I said, that person might make a little cash up front, but long term though, just look at, it's not like that's not nothing you can build off of though.
Right. Right.
And then one of the things I think you said, Eric, too, and even you said this too, Terrence, is duplicate beats. 9 times out of 10, if somebody's up here to give you 20 beats,
that's floating around the internet.
Make sure you click the link in the bio.
Yeah. No,
because it's just out there.
There's too many people scamming on the internet, man. For you not to raise an eyebrow when you see something like that.
Yeah.
So it's best
and obviously, I'm just thinking out loud. Like obviously, those are lease prices too. So it's got to be a bunch of people sitting on that same.
That same beat. There's probably somebody in Darlington with that beat right now.
He said Darlington. Shout out to Darlington. No disrespect.
No disrespect. It's probably somebody in Lexington.
Right.
Probably somebody up in Greenville, North Carolina with that beat.
Right.
I'm just naming random towns and places to give an example.
It's
That's probably somebody across the street with that same beat right now.
It's true.
Yeah.
Ooh. It was saying that.
And if they go to it and listen to them, they'll know. They'll know it's bootleg. They'll know it's rushed.
Can you tell when somebody uses a bunch of stock sounds versus somebody playing out?
Yeah. It just depends. Well, the thing is, you gotta listen to their production. And when you listen to somebody's production style overall, you can start to kind of tell.
Okay, that's
because because naturally we have tendencies. Even if we try to keep our minds as eclectic as possible, when it comes down to what we're trying to bring in for inspiration, what we put out, we still kind of have tendencies. Like you have tendencies as a producer, because things you're comfortable with. I have tendencies as a producer, because things I'm comfortable with. Yeah, I might use some different elements, but still, it's still gonna be a similar theme. It's just like, for example, and you've probably done this before, even when you listen to somebody like industry, like an industry song or track. There's certain tracks you like, dog, that's always something I make, right? Because it's like you start using same elements, you notice those tendencies, even if someone produced it. And so that's how you can tell sometimes whether or not people use stock or not. Not saying it's a science, but that's one thing. So
like your personal tag on pretty much each track based on.
Yeah, everybody has a signature, has a type of thing they like to do.
Yeah,
because you develop that over time. Because when you start working on beats, and Eric, you know this, it's all about a formula. You develop a formula after a while,
right?
Because it's just like any other task or any other thing that you would do, any other profession. You aren't always gonna go the same. Like it's like you're gonna not necessarily always go the same route, but you know it's a workflow. Because like I said, it's a profession just like anything else.
You know what? I noticed because we were listening to that new Jim Jones not too long ago.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, that album was fire, man. But Heatmakers produced the whole album, and I was telling you, I know I was telling some other cats, man. You know, you hear a lot of producers on somebody's album, and you really don't know who's who unless they stand out for their signature sound, like you said.
Yeah.
But now, there's no way I can listen to somebody else's album and not question, is that a Heatmakers beat, based off of listening to every song on that album and seeing how they create. And I'm like, man, that sounds like a Heatmakers. But before, it could have been anybody. You could have fooled me with anybody.
They've evolved, though, even with that track, because like I said, I used to big Heatmakers.
Yeah.
Big Heatmakers, especially like with the
I got a new respect for him man. I really do. But
they switched it up.
They did. They did.
Who they are.
They did.
You can see
a lot more trap elements too in their music.
They did.
Yeah. All right. Question for you, TJ.
What's up?
What's more important, the sales of whatever, the sales of beats, or your social currency?
That's a good question.
Because we were just debating about that whole idea.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I don't want nobody to think I'm a producer either, man. I support the craft 100%. But that's a good one. And the reason I say the social currency is because with social currency comes loyal followers.
Make sure you click the link in the
And
bio.
when you create a loyal following, you build a market for yourself. So as building a market for yourself, you might have a bad beat, but if the people that have been following you from the time that you created a beat that they like continue to follow you, you have potential to make a sale in the long run, and you're earning respect at the same time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just doing it for $1, you pretty much just throwing things together, and then there's not really motivation behind making a good quality sound, as opposed to how many can I sell in a day or within a month. Because the money gonna come as long as you stay true to the craft, in my opinion, and give the people what they want. I mean, that's it. To me, that's with any market. I mean, money is definitely important, but you can dilute, your ability, not your ability. You can dilute your talent by just focusing on that. You know what I'm saying?
You stunt your creativity.
So you guys essentially saying that selling beats 20 for $18.99, whatever. That's the purpose of that, creative following.
He's trying to create a following, but the problem with that is there's no value in it. So it's like you can have your following, but are they loyal when they know you put out 19 trash ones in a $20?
Well, even better with that, I'll put it.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'll put it like this. Okay, so you sell the beats and you get your name up, right? What's gonna happen when you want to raise your prices?
That's what I was getting to. That's exactly what I was getting to.
Is there value? Is the beat good enough for you to be able to do that? That's why I said quality. Quality has to be important, man.
You can't just make 20 beats. You can't come back like, man, this was real.
You can't have 20 quality beats for $1 piece, man. I don't see that happening.
You're gonna get better over time now,
right?
So,
but you're going from 94.9 cents to making $1 million.
I mean, you can go from.
He about to defend it.
Hold on, time out.
It's not even $1.
Whatever, 94 cents per track to $5 a track.
Yeah, I can see that, but you gotta remember now, these jokers ain't thinking about this.
No.
They thinking like, I'm gonna go from making beats like this, all of a sudden, I'm the next who's making a beat for baby.
Well, some of them, that's the thing. Some of them have no long-term plans in the game whatsoever, in my opinion, when they do that.
Yeah.
They doing it just for the money. They learn how to hit a couple of keys that sound catchy to their friends. They say, you know what? I did 20 of those in the last 2 weeks. I need to make me $20. So I'm gonna just push this for a month, and then while I'm pushing this, I'm gonna do another 20 beats. You know what I'm saying?
But also from a realistic standpoint, how many artists that's actually gonna record 20 beats on 20 beats?
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I said one of them be somewhat hot and the rest of them be garbage.
So the producer that actually did this 20 beats for $18.99, I want to know what's the actual scheme behind it.
Money.
Because other than quick bucks, $20 still $20.
That's it.
You're looking for freaking gas money.
That's it though. That's it. Like you said, some of these cats might be 14 years old, man. You don't know how old they are.
They're looking for gas money. Right. There's no value behind that.
Right. I agree.
There's no value behind it.
Agreed. But see, you was asking me about the followers, the currency.
Sales versus the followers.
But you're not gonna have a loyal follower, and you're not gonna have a large following if you continue putting out garbage content. When they see that, they'll literally come back to the table and say, you know what? Why am I following this guy? He had 2 beats on this package deal right here, but he's putting out. I can't get nothing from him. They're gonna go somewhere else. Yeah, that's not loyal.
You can't. Also, you can't be a machine. They'll get tired of it.
Exactly.
They'll get tired. They're already gonna find another.
That's not a loyal follower.
Find a producer somewhere else to go to.
Yeah, but most of these jokers though that are doing that, man, they just using MIDI stuff anyway.
Right. It's not taking no time, man.
And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put this MIDI melody in. And I'm gonna go ahead and put these 808s on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that pad.
Make sure you click the link in the bio.
We're gonna talk about
right. No, you're right.
BSTs later on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the BSTs later on.
Put a little Drake voice in the back, filter it out. You know what I mean?
Make sure they can't use it later, right?
Yeah.
Put a little Drake voice. Can't use it. Yeah. Well, they can't afford to put too much time into it because they got 19 more they got to make.
But it's easy though. It's workflow, man. It still goes back to his workflow.
Yeah.
Workflow. It's just like if you had any other job.
Yeah.
Once you figure out your workflow, man, you cut it down.
Yeah.
And you can't. Like I said, that's just the truth behind it.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's the world we live in.
Yeah. So I guess it depends on how you take advantage of that situation. Is however you want to work it, but it's wide open, I guess. But I don't know. Are we old school thinking?
No, I just got.
Give yourself some credit, man.
Oh man. Nah, man. I'm old man. I'm ain't no young people.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying the reason why I'm saying this, dude, and this is the truth. This is the very first beat I sold was for $200.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The next track after that I sold was for $200.
Right. I hear you, man. It gotta hit hard for you. That $20 beat.
Yeah,
you like, wait a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
You gotta be desperate, man. Like even my trashiest beats not for $1 and some change.
But you gotta.
That's the first thing I thought when I heard it.
I said trash. Most trash.
Right.
But you gotta associate value with yourself, man. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, if it's about you building value, you gotta put that in place when you first start. I don't know what this person is thinking. Maybe they're thinking, well, if I do this, I get my buzz up, all of a sudden I can do that. But sooner or later, you aren't going to be living off of 20 beats. Nobody lives off of $18.99.
Like I said, it's either gas or lunch money or whatever have you, bro.
That's why I said what I said before. It's probably some little kid in here like, yo, I know how to use, I know how to get on, I know how to use social media, I know how to make these beats, FL Studio. I'm gonna go ahead. I got these plugins. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work.
And then you have those amateurs that don't really understand, in my opinion, what it takes. So they'll pay that $20 because they're not on that level, understanding that they're getting garbage and they just want to rhyme on something or they just want to sing on something.
Yeah, that's not even talking about getting stuff tracked down.
Right.
That's not talking about none of that stuff.
Right.
But you gotta think about it. You gotta think about the caliber of people. So now all of a sudden, you're selling these beats to these people, but you gotta think about who you're selling them to. Is this song actually gonna run with time?
Right.
Not everybody's gonna have a Lil Nas X Old Town Road. That's just the fact behind it.
I gotta ask this question because I'm learning at the same time, man. Are you able to hear the beats before you buy them?
Most times, yeah.
Okay.
Most times, yeah. Unless they're doing a what's it called, a zip pack or a bundle of some sort.
Yeah.
They might have examples on their website, or they just might have a folder saying, "Hey, I got beats. Just give me $20."
You see why I say that though? Cause that's a lot of beats. And I figured that they would say, "Hey, you get 20 beats like this and have one beat, and then you gambling with the rest of the 19."
That's sometimes it's like that. Or you can go to this website and say, just click 20 beats out of this cart. You know what I'm saying? And pay that price, whatever. You just get the discount automatically. But like I said, the way this was advertised, it was kind of like 20 beats for $18.99. It had some, and it was actually a pretty tight beat that was playing back there. But it was just like,
That probably was the best one too.
right.
They probably did a survey of all of them and say, okay, we gotta let this one represent. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That to me, that was just insane.
Yeah.
So
we got noise in the background, so it got to be officially off.
Yeah. Huh? we're finished.
You just listened to the latest episode of the beatconn podcast. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.